Hey, Lee Pennington here, I hope you are well. I've recorded this video to let you know about some new features which we have just rolled out into the Pitch application. Now, if you're unfamiliar with me and if you're unfamiliar with the DropMock community, this does happen on a regular basis. And what I mean by that is that not only have you invested your money into our application, you've also invested your trust into our business, and we do like to repay that. So regardless of whether you're in the monthly or the yearly members club, you will obviously get your videos every single month without fail and your extra music without fail. But we also like to enhance the platform and improve the application and pass those improvements on to the people that actually use Pitch, which is always a good thing, and it also shows that we're not somebody who's just going to leave this application and allow it to rot away. We do support it and we do keep enhancing it. So the first new feature which has been rolled out is that obviously as more new videos go into the application, it's going to be more difficult for you to be able to find the video that you want. So we've added in a search bar, which obviously makes sense. So let's say, for instance, I was a mechanic, or I had a mechanic or a garage that was my client and I wanted to shoot a video or wanted to create a video for them. So I'm just going to type in mechanic. Okay. And as you can see, it's going to pull back all the videos with that keyword. So I'm going to choose this video. Now, what you're going to see here is that when you start to now render your videos and download your videos, you're going to get a better video quality. And why is that? Well, the text is actually on the video. So the quality of the overlaid text is going to be much more crisper. Okay, and you'll see that when you start downloading, you start to use these videos. Everything that we want to put into the application is to make your videos as stunning as possible and that real professional look and feel. And that's where the enhancement the majority will come in. So let's say, for instance, we're going to just create this one video. And let's say we're just going to put in, okay, so is your car ready for our service? Now, one other feature which you probably may have known or not known about is that you can now add spaces into. Okay, and again, this is enabling you to make the look and feel of the video how you actually want. So it gives you more choices. Now you can actually delete the subheading. So if you don't want a subheading, you can actually delete it all. Before you couldn't. Now one thing that we do need to change is that if you delete all the subheading, you don't have the option to be able to bring it back. So it may be that you wanted to put in a full sentence there, a different sentence, okay, and that will actually be lost. So we are working on that and that will be added. So let's say, for instance, we're now going to put in book it in today. Okay. Now what you'll also see is that as you start to put in letters, put in characters, if you look at the bottom left here, okay, the preview screen, that actually changes, okay, in real time. So as you can see, the bottom left has actually changed. So this gives you a good visual representation of what your video is going to look like. Crucial, okay? Now, why is this crucial? Because through any part of this, if you look at the preview panes and it doesn't look to the standard that you want it to look, then there's a pretty good chance that when you render that video out, when you create that video, it's also not going to look to the standard that you want. So it's a time saver. You don't have to then go back and then come back and actually create the video. So you can look at the panes, and as you change it, okay, you can see what it's going to look like in the panes, okay, and see if it would look like for somebody who's visualizing that for the first time. What we're also going to do is start adding more fonts. You'll start to see a lot more fonts coming in here. Now, one other thing we've actually done as well is that when you go to the font color and the font background, okay, you'll notice that this has changed. So we've added in the ability to be able to add the hex code or the RGB code, and it's just a case of, and again, I don't know my RGB codes, but I'm just going to put in, let's say 678, okay, enter, and it's going to bring that back in. Now this makes you and allows you to actually get the perfect color. So if you've got a certain branding, then obviously you can use that and you can get it to match exactly what your logo looks like, what your branding looks like, and again, it's really giving you that added extra features to make your videos look absolutely stunning. What also is going to happen as well, if you use that color, okay, it's going to actually come into the color chart. And what I mean by that is if you use a regular color, then rather than keep having to find it, it will actually save it in here and you can start to use it much easier. Okay, perfect. So we're now on to the point where we can now go to the next one. Okay, so let's say for instance, what we're going to do here is we're going to write in, let's say, I don't know, for the month of July, where has this year gone? Okay, we're going to then put in, let's say, the title, grab 50% off. Okay, now the really cool thing about this also is that we now support different characters. Okay, now you may not have known that initially, but there were certain characters that we didn't support. And actually, even though it may sound crazy, there is a lot of work that needs to go into this to be able to support these different characters. And we've given you that feature now to be able to add that. And same thing, you can change it, okay, and it will look, it will change real time here. I'm not going to change this last one, but just to let you know about a new feature which we are going to be rolling out, hopefully next week, you're going to be able to add an image here. So at the moment, you can upload a logo, okay, and everybody knows about that, but we're actually going to be able to add an image. And again, we did want to have this feature in this first update, or the second update actually that we've done, but we weren't managing to finish it on time. So we've got these rolled out, and next week there's going to be at least 2. I'm hopeful of 3 big updates, okay, and some really, really cool new features which are going into the application, and you'll get those in your account. Okay, and we're going to simply add a music track. And again, we have added some more music tracks, but we'll just select the first one. You know what this is, and we're going to render the preview video. Now, one thing I would say, and again, it's important to note, there has been a little bit of a trade-off. And what I mean by that is that you can expect your rendering times to go up by a couple of minutes. Now, for me, the trade-off is one that I'm quite happy with. I want you to have better looking professional videos. So if that trade-off means waiting for a couple of minutes more, then so be it. And I'm sure you would agree on this point as well. So I'm just going to pause this video for literally 3 or 4 minutes because I don't want to bore you to death while the video renders out. Okay, great. So the video is rendered and now I can watch it. So let me just start that. Okay, perfect. And you know all this, but believe me, when you start to preview the video now and look at the video now compared to the first kind of release, you'll see a big difference, okay, the quality of the video. Now, the next feature, okay, that we've added in is for the template collective users. For anybody who paid monthly and yearly, and I'll meet that head on, okay, for anybody who says, well, why do I not get this if I'm only a main user? And like I say, I always completely transparent and open about this. We've added a feature where Pitch will naturally now store the videos for the monthly or the yearly users. And why is that? Well, there's a cost element to the business for storing these videos, and you'll see that now. Now, if you do want to upgrade your account, then the link is in this actual email, okay, or the email that you previewed this video from, and it is just down below. However, there's no kind of pressure at all for that. This is if you want the extra videos coming into your account every month. This is if you want the extra tracks coming into your account every month. If you want the commercial license, and if you want the My Drive. However, don't get me wrong. When we do new feature updates, okay, we will consider people also who have got in just for the one-time fee. Like I said, we've added the extra features at the beginning with regard to search, and also the new kind of text features and the hex colors. And the next updates next week will also be rolled out to everybody who is using Pitch. So like I say, I do meet those questions head on, but it's important to know that there is a cost element to this. So what happens now is we can download it. What also happens is if you go to the drop-down menu and you go to My Drive, there it is, My Drive, click on My Drive, okay, and you'll see that the video is now stored for you. And please do remember, this is for the template collective users, okay? And again, it's important to realize that. So what you can do from here, you can actually download it directly, you can actually publish it, or you can actually now get an embed code. Now, the great thing about getting the embed code is that you can actually take that embed code and add it to your website or your blog, just like you could go over to like YouTube or to Vimeo and grab the embed code, and it will then play on your actual site. Great thing about that, again, it's a time saver, so you don't have to download, upload, okay? So it's a new feature that is now ready available for you. So that is what we've actually added to Pitch. Like I say, keep your eyes out. Next week we should be sending you a new email with some new upgrades to the Pitch application. Really appreciate you investing in Pitch, really appreciate you being part of the community. And if there's any questions, if you've got any queries, if anything didn't make sense, you want anything clarifying, then please do not hesitate to reply back to this email. If not, all I would say is wish you well for the rest of the day. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and hopefully I'll speak to you very soon. Thank you for listening, Lee Pennington.